Hey guys, Hemoglobin here with my finished Dropperless Hopperless item elevator for 1.11 and beyond. What you'll need for this Dropperless item elevator include your clock. So if you're going to use an observer block clock, you'll need 3 observer blocks and a sticky piston, as well as a repeater. And then for the mechanism of itself, you'll need another sticky piston attached to a block of glass, a regular piston, a repeater, 2 redstone torches, 4 pieces of redstone dust, then some building blocks of your choosing. Depth strider boots will be helpful if you're going to be using a water stream to send your items into the item elevator. So let's go over the game mechanics as to how this works. The idea is that when you're mining your favorite blocks, such as diorite, sometimes you'll be left with a bunch of diorite just kind of sitting on the ground like that. The idea is that when you place a block, the floating objects will just kind of pop to the top. The way this works is that it needs a 3 by 3 of solid blocks. So slabs, unfortunately, will not work, which is great because diorite doesn't have any slabs or stairs in the game currently. So that's the game mechanic as to how this works. Now let's go over the redstone mechanic. You'll need a clock that fires relatively rapidly. If you use an observer block clock, you'll have to have 2 observer blocks facing into each other, so the arrows will be pointing outward. One of them will be pointing into a sticky piston. This sticky piston is constantly being sent a redstone pulse because the observer blocks are observing each other, powering each other. At the end of the sticky piston, you'll have an observer block. Each time the observer block moves, it sends a pulse. This pulse can be harnessed through a repeater. You need to slow down this pulse. So you'll put a repeater on full delay. So we'll say this is 1, 2, 3, 4 tick delay. From there, you'll split it and you'll have a repeater on default delay, or we can call it 1 tick delay. And that will be going into a block there. When this repeater is powered, it powers the block in front of it. When this redstone dust is powered, it powers the block in front of it. When the block is powered, any torch that is standing on top of that block will become unpowered. When this torch is powered, this block is powered. When this block is powered, this dust is powered. When this dust is powered, this block is powered. When this block is powered, this piston is powered. When this piston is powered, it is extended. This piston right here, as you might be able to tell, is a sticky piston with a block of glass attached to it. Over here is the regular piston. So when you split the signal, some of the signal will go to this dust, then into this repeater, into this block back here. When this block is powered, this torch becomes unpowered. When this torch is unpowered, the piston will retract. The idea is that when this piston is extended, this piston will be extended as well. This serves 2 purposes. Items will flow on a water stream about 8 blocks, because that's about where the water stream will end. If you use packed ice, they will have a good bit of momentum. This momentum will allow the items to flow on top of the non-sticky piston's head. When the piston head moves up, it bounces them upwards. When this sticky piston head is down, these items will sometimes move in between the sticky piston head and the sticky piston itself. When the sticky piston retracts, it pulls up the blocks through the piston, mimicking this. And that mechanic then allows the items to travel upward as many blocks as you would like, give or take that 5-minute decay time that is allowed in game. Another reason for the pistons to be extended at the same time is that this sticky piston has a block of glass. This block of glass prevents items from going underneath this non-sticky piston head and being pulled downwards. So, what I would like to do is quickly demonstrate this via a stress test. However, there is currently a bug in the game where if you hover over your desired item to drop and you use your drop button, you can drop it rapidly. However, the game has trouble counting all those entities. So when you start off with a full stack of 64 diorite blocks, at the end you'll only get 13. So this unfortunately will slow down my stress test that I have planned for you guys. So let's get rid of this diorite and my fancy boots. And then we'll just have to do this a little bit slower than I would like. And ideally you'll start from the top, because when you start from the top, then the hoppers won't be constantly trying to pull items. So as we stated, you can have a source block and it will travel about 8 blocks before the water stream ends. So either you can change the elevation or you can place like a half slab. So let's just move some of these items into the water stream and then up my Dropperless Hopperless item elevator. So as you can tell, I have 64 of each item going up here. So they travel quickly across the water stream, and then they quickly move up this item elevator where they will pop up here, and since there's another water stream pushing this way, it pushes all the items, which you can see are being sucked into the piston. As you were able to see with my other diorite test, any block will do, however, they do move slowly across non-packed ice. If you're kind of new on the server, or if packed ice is a scarcity, you can use regular blocks, but then like the block before, during, and after the slab, or sometimes called half slab, you will want to use packed ice because they won't have enough momentum to go under the slab without the water if the block underneath the slab is a regular block. So again, use packed ice before, during, and after a half slabs. Half slabs, again, are used to have a perpetual item stream so that water can kind of flow in one direction. So the source block is stopped by the slab being on the upper portion of the block, but the emptiness underneath the slab, so on the lower block, is empty, which allows the items to go underneath, as you just saw. So as you can tell, that was quite an efficient item elevator. Now let's make sure we got all of the items, because there's no point in having an item elevator if we don't get all of the items. So yeah, we have the 64 chests, repeaters, levers, observer blocks, and regular pistons. And then up here, we have the redstone dust block, and then the buttons are still flowing inward. And then here are all the redstone torches, so we'll at least kind of make that a little bit quicker by putting that there. And that is all the items, and we do a double check to make sure nothing's been flowing through, so nothing has flown through. So yes, that in a nutshell is our Dropperless Hopperless item elevator for 1.11. And as always, this is Hemoglobin, hoping you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!